stuff back and forth from there. So with our black box tool and products is essentially where you're going to start if you're looking for products that might indicate opportunity. And I'm going to say indicate opportunity a lot here, just because opportunity means something different for everyone, right? So some people, they're looking for specifically large size items that might indicate opportunity for them. They might be looking for items that might be doing really well FBM, and then all they have to do is create an FBA, and then that's going to be an opportunity for them. So it really is up to you on what your definition of opportunity and success is, but I'll go through a couple of different definitions as we go on here. But products tab is really going to be helping you find opportunities where products that are trending positively based on the filters that we're going to apply here. Then we have our keywords tab, which is kind of the same, but only for specifically keywords. And this is a really cool tool just because it's going to allow you to get an idea of keywords that are trending positively, in the sense of based on the filters you're going to apply, they might be minimum like 10,000 search volume, and they're doing at least on pages on our products that are on the first page for this keyword, they're doing an average of $20,000 a month. The price point between $40 to $60. They have less than 20 reviews, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what's really cool, is that you can then find the top keywords that you're wanting to do really well for, and then find a product based off of that, which is a pretty cool process. It's just kind of switching it up. And this kind of gets you a little bit more in the door in terms of being able to find a product that you can really rank well for, since being on page 1 on Amazon is the name of the game here.
Oh, hello. All right.
Hey, how you doing? And then we're going to get into the other tab is we have competitors, and competitor tab. What that is going to do is, if I already have an existing ASIN, this is really great for getting an idea of who your top competitors are, because if you put in your ASIN, it's going to populate all the other products that rank really highly for you, the set of keywords that your product already ranks really well for. So for example, and we'll go through this too, if I am selling a rubber ducky, right? If I put my ASIN in, it's really likely that all the competitors that I'm going to see are other rubber ducky or other bath toy type of products. And what's really nice is that from there, I can get an idea of, all right, who are the top competitors within my space? What is it that they're doing well in terms of their title, in terms of their content? Maybe they have their images set up in a specific way that I would want to mimic, or maybe they're doing something new with their A+ that seems like it's really impressive. Anything that I can mimic success, but also get an idea of where are they falling short in terms of the reviews. Maybe the reviews are talking about, hey, they have like a weird packaging with them, or they only sent me 2 instead of the 4. And so they have like, they're not having their supply chain really like pristine. So like looking at all the opportunities where I can go above and beyond with them and where they're falling short is where this competitors tab is going to really come in handy. Then we have our niche tab, and niche tab is essentially the same as searching on Amazon, except you get all these different data points. So we'll just go through this real quick, because this is a pretty easy one, but it's a really cool one. If I search rubber duckies on Amazon, these are all the results I get, like typical search results on Amazon, but I don't instantly see what the market size of this keyword is. I don't instantly see the review velocity. I don't see the sales velocity. I don't see revenue per product per month. I don't see how long they've been on Amazon. I don't know what their highest sales period in the past, in their lifetime history has been. But in niche, it's really cool to see that. You can see all these data points and more based on what filters you may apply. So we're gonna go ahead and load up rubber duckies. Here we can see the total revenue that's been done for all the products that are ranking for rubber ducky, the average revenue per product. I can get an idea of who have the highest monthly sales, how many sellers there are, what their BSR is, how many reviews they have. I can get an idea of right away who are the top players in the space by filtering to the highest monthly sales. So this Nemo bath toy is the highest one, doing around over 11,000 sales. If I want to look at it from a revenue perspective, I can do that as well. So that's what's really cool about the niche tab, is that I have all these different filters, so I can get an idea of how well our product's doing and how do I get an idea of what this space looks like from a really like 30,000 foot view. Then moving on to product targeting. Product targeting is kind of similar in the sense of the competitors tab, except product targeting is going to show you all of the products for a specific ASIN that Amazon has bundled you with as frequently bought together as. So if we go to a listing for this one, we can see that we have this are frequently bought together, right? And this can be stuff that is more often going to be complementary, so it's indirect. So for example, if I had like a colored pencil set and I put the colored pencil set in the competitors tab, I'm going to see other colored pencil sets. But if I have colored pencil set and I put that in a product targeting tab, I'm likely going to see it's frequently bought together with an eraser pack, or frequently bought together with a sketch pad, or maybe a desk lamp. Things that are complementary that it could give you opportunity in terms of, all right, maybe I want to look at bundling this product with another specific product. That way I can put it together in a variation and have that sort of like an accessory variation. Looking at that, that's going to really help you expand beyond just having a single ASIN or just two ASIN, and really see what other indirect complementary categories you can kind of dive into from there. So that's a quick overview of the tabs, but now we're going to get pretty deep into the products and keywords tab. Those are going to be the two tabs we get into here. So first off, I just want to choose a category, right? Right now, what we're trying to do right now is find a product that might indicate opportunity to us. So let's just choose home and kitchen. That seems pretty easy. We'll do a monthly revenue of minimum $10,000 because I want to at least get at least $10,000 a month. That's going to be a six-figure product over the course of a year. And so for my first product, that would be ideal for me, is to achieve at least $10,000 a month. Especially if it's my first product, I'll probably want to do a price point. And again, these are arbitrary settings, right? Like these are just off the cuff. The filters and the settings that you choose are going to be entirely dependent off your goals. But for this example, I'm just looking at products, or I'm just looking at it from the view of, if this was my first private label product, this is how I'm going to go about it. So price point can be between $20 and $40, mainly because I have to keep in mind what the COGS is going to be like. And if it's the price point between $20 and $40, that means that my initial investment into inventory isn't going to be that high, versus if I was selling like a $90 to $120 product, it's likely that the COGS for that product is going to be significantly higher. Review count, now this is where it gets pretty interesting, and where we can kind of get cool with this. I'm going to do maximum 150, because if I have a product that's between 20 and 40 bucks and it's doing over $10,000 on Amazon, then I want to have a low barrier of entry, right? I don't want to have to go into a category where, in order to achieve $10,000 in revenue, I have to have over 1,000 reviews, right? So we're going to put a maximum ceiling on this, that I can still achieve $10,000 a month and still have relatively low reviews of below 150. And going even one step further with that, I want to go into a niche where people are unsatisfied with the products that are currently being offered on this listing, but they're still willing to pay for this product, which is why products are doing over $10,000 a month, because there's a need for it, right? There's a desire for it. So I'm going to put the max review rating of 4 stars or below, because that's going to indicate to me that there's going to be opportunity that I can outdo my competitors. And if I have above a 4-star rating, then I'm going to be able to go above and beyond the 10,000 revenue mark. Then we're going to get into number of sellers. I don't want to see any online arbitrage listings or retail arbitrage listings. So I want to make sure that I limit the number of sellers a max of 2, just to make it easy. And I don't want to see products that have a ton of variations. Like, I don't want to see a towel that has 20 different colors, and yes, collectively to do over 10,000 a month, but that's not necessarily what I want to see. I want to see a single product that by itself alone, it does over 10,000 in revenue. So I'm going to put variation count max 1. And something that's pretty cool about another way where I can get an idea of what can indicate opportunity to me is making sure that images, I put a max of 5. And the reason why I put a max of 5 images is because it's generally recommended that you do at least 7 to 10 images on Amazon. So if there are listings out there that are doing over 10,000 a month on Amazon, but they're only having 5 images, that means that they're not maximizing their value from the images and the image progression, which likely indicates to me that they're likely probably not going to have a fully established listing. Their title is not going to be fully optimized, and there's going to be opportunities from a content perspective where I can outdo my competitors based off of this. So then I think we have all the filters in that I would want. So we're just going to go ahead and search and it's coming up to Christmas now. So I want to exclude some seasonal items. So I'm just going to exclude title keywords such as Christmas holidays, Xmas. Now I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different filters right now. So it's going to be a pretty small list, right? But what's nice about that is it's going to be ways where you can find products that are pretty rare and that you wouldn't find typically like naturally just by yourself. So even though it's going to be a small list, it's going to give us more time to really dive deeper into each of these products. So let's just do a search and see what we come up with. Okay, we have 9 different products show up. We have a Yoda bookshelf. We have, I think, a Harry Potter custom name gift. That's pretty funny. We have cash money candles, guaranteed 2 to 2,500 inside. That's pretty funny. Okay, let's look at this one. This is a retro gamer. Let's see here. Retro gamer laundry basket. It's doing at least around $24 a month. I'm sorry, $24 is the price point, doing around 11 grand. So let's dive deeper into this. Let's look into it on Amazon. Okay, the listing definitely leaves something to be desired, just looking at it off of first glance. We only see that we have the images, but it's clearly photoshopped. So it's not like a real lifestyle in-setting image, and it could be cleaner. We have our measurement dimensions. This is clearly, the towels aren't in this basket. This is just photoshopped. So we definitely want to lean more towards lifestyle or in-setting images as much as possible. Let's see if they have any store sundries. I don't know what that is. So they're having a little bit of misspellings here. So might indicate that maybe the person selling this isn't English speaking. So we look at foldable, easy to carry, wants wear resisting, and waterproof. This is a perfect product, let me tell you. So this is definitely something that's going to indicate opportunity to us of like, all right, right off the bat, like they're not double checking their stuff, right? This is just errors that are very easily fixed, but they're just not double checking it, which shows me that they aren't fully invested into this listing, and that because of their negligence, I'm going to be able to come in and take away some market share from them. This product is photoshopped, so I can tell that this is not actually there. There seems to be a pretty large lack of SEO integration into their content and keywords into their listing, just looking at it off the bat. But they have a decent price point of $23.99. It's 73 ratings, and they're doing around 11,000 a month. Like that's a pretty good product to get started with. Let's see if they have any A+ or product description. Okay, we see their product description is the exact same as their bullet points. So like they're not maximizing the value of their listing here. So this is definitely something that might indicate to me that there's potential here to do really well. But even despite them falling short in several different areas, they're number 7, they're 70 in laundry baskets, in the subcategory of laundry baskets. That's pretty impressive. And you can see that a lot of people are like, they're frustrated because it's either too small, or it doesn't hold the shape, or it's really small, or it's not sturdy. So like, just if you could bring this exact same product, something really similar, that it's a gamer product, that it's something where all you have to do is just make it a little bit more sturdy.
Sorry, Lem. Todd, can you mute yourself, or Lem, if you could mute Todd? I think there's a bit of background.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks, Todd.
Oh, okay, no worries. Just everyone, just make sure you mute yourself so you don't have any interruptions. All right, great. But yeah, if I were just to go back to this listing, if I were just to make it more sturdy, which is something that I can definitely work with my manufacturer to do, that's something where that's going to be an opportunity for me to come in, take away market share, and go ahead and excel in this category. All right, so now we're going to get into keywords. Now, keywords is pretty cool. So we're going to kind of go through the same set of filters, but in this case, in search volume, I want to find a keyword like what's going to be like my main top keyword that I'm going to be integrating into my title, and it's really what I'm going to revolve my entire product around. I'm going to do minimum of, let's say, 5,000. Monthly revenue will do essentially the same what we did for the other one. Minimum monthly revenue of 10,000. We'll keep it easy. We'll keep it the same. Price point between 20 to 40 bucks. Max review count of 150. max review rating of 4. Word count, I want minimum 2 words. I don't want to have to rank for a single word like headphones or a single word like soap or whatever it is. Like I want something that's going to have a decent long tail keyword, but still has good search volume. Variation count, we'll do a max of 1 as before. Number of sellers, 2. And I believe that is all the filters we'll have. We'll go ahead and search and we'll see how that works for us. If we get too many results, we can always parse it down. Okay, we got 18 phrases. So we got frosted garland, we got some seasonal products, NFL cards, portable car heater. That makes sense. You can see the age of this is only 2 months of this keyword of really like launching, but it already has around 19,000 search volume. Price point's pretty good at $32, and it's doing around $13,000. And only with the average reviews for the first page, this is going to go across products on the first page for this keyword. Average review count is 19, and average rating is 3.4. Definitely something I could go into, but for the sake of seasonality, I'm going to want to look at something that's a little more consistent because portable car heater is likely only going to be popular during the winter. Okay, we have Ziploc bag organizer. Decent search volume around 6,000. Price point's pretty high, but I can't imagine that the cost of it actually is that high. Doing around $24,000 a month on average, and we have around 58 reviews on average with around a 4.0. So let's dive deeper into this. And really what you're looking for here when you're looking at the keywords is differentiation. How can I differentiate my product from everything that shows up on the first page of Amazon, right? So when we're looking through here, first we want to validate that, yes, based on the filters we see, we are seeing an average price point between $20 and $40. So we really do see that with they're around 39 bucks for the most part. And this seems to be the more common setup. But we have different types of setups. They're all pretty light wood. So you could probably do something where you make it a little bit more sustainable. Maybe you're doing like a bamboo Ziploc bag organizer, or you're doing maybe like a metal-based one, like aluminum or a black aluminum one. But you also have to think about that people are getting this stuff because they like the way it looks. They like the combination of utility and aesthetic. A lot of these are light colored wood, so I could definitely go towards a more masculine look. Maybe do like a dark walnut or dark mahogany with chrome accents. So something that's like really simple. All I can do is differentiate my product to be on the first page. So we can see, let's see what's topped in organic rank. So these are all sponsored results or paid results. Since you can see it says sponsored right here. This is number 1 for Ziploc bag organizer at 83 ratings. This is number 2 at 18 ratings. Okay, let's just take a quick look at this and see how well the product is. Right away, we do see that they are technically breaking Amazon's terms of service because they don't have their product on a just completely white background. We have this little circle thing in the bottom right corner here. Their images are not too bad. We can see that they have pretty good images, but still the color of the grain of this wood, it looks a lot similar to all the other products. They do a good before and after. So this is going to help us get an idea of like, all right, what is it that they're doing really well here that I can mimic, but all I have to do is just differentiate my product. They have decent SOE or SEO here with their keyword integration. Let's see if they have any A+. Product description is pretty low. You just generally want around 1,000 characters in your product description. So it definitely gives us an idea of, all right, we can definitely outdo these people with their list. Excuse me, with their listing, and they only have 18 ratings. Let's take a look at what they're doing per month using our Chrome extension X-ray tool. Because they only have 18 ratings, I want to see what they're doing per month. They are doing around almost 10,000 a month with only 248 sales. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty awesome. And their FBA fees are only, what, 12? Let's see what the revenue calculator is. So the price point is $39.99, I believe. Imagine their cost. Let's just be generous and say that their cost is 10 bucks, even though I imagine it's a lot lower than that, but their cost is 10 bucks. That's still a pretty good net of $17. If you can invest another $7, $8 into PPC and still be left with around like a 20 to 25% net margin on this product. So something that's really considerable that we can see that the progression of their sales rank is improving all throughout. So again, this is definitely something that might indicate opportunity to me that, hey, maybe I want to get into Ziploc bag storage organizer space and compete in this space. And all I have to do is just differentiate my product, because even though they have a decent amount of competitors, a lot of the products on this first page of Amazon look relatively the same. So how can I stand out in this product, knowing that I don't even need that many ratings or reviews in order to be successful? I just got to do is stand out. And that's something that you can definitely take the lead on. You can definitely excel with and really just push your boundaries in terms of succeeding on Amazon with this product. So there we go. That's how we went through products and keywords for our black box. We saw some opportunity with a gamer snarky laundry basket for angsty teenagers. And we saw opportunity for Ziploc bag organizers for soccer moms who just want to increase their aesthetic and have some organization in the kitchen. But yeah, that's really, and I did this in what's it been, like 20 minutes? I found 2 product opportunities. Like, this just goes to show, like, once you really dive deeper, like, you could have a whole list of product opportunities that you can action on when the time is right, when you have the capital, or when you just purely just want to go full send and action on a couple of new products, is really going to help you increase your level as an Amazon seller and generally as a business individual and entrepreneur. So I think that's it for the that's it for my presentation, and we can get into some of the questions, but I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen.
Awesome, really, really good. Can I just say, I use Helium 10. I have used Helium 10 every day for probably 18 to 24 months. And even I learned a few bits there. That was really, really valuable, mate. So yeah, big thanks for coming on to do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thanks from me as well. Yeah, same thing with Joe. You know, even I learned a few things that I was taking notes, much like I was a student. So thanks very much for taking your time out to give us that presentation. Really helpful.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Do we have any questions from the live audience? Feel free to raise your hand. It looks like we have one from Amici.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So that was an awesome presentation. Thank you for doing that. I'm really new to this space. This is like my first time ever even dipping my toe into this, so I'll make it quick. What is the best way to use the Helium 10 platform? Because I understand there is an app for it. I have it on my iPhone here, but I was wondering, is it best to, can you use the iPhone app, or is it best to just always go to a Google Chrome, browser form of it? And then also, how much does it cost?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have a variety of plans that go across the board. I think we have a plan that's, I think it is the beginner plan is at $39.99, and then we have the more popular one, which I believe is the platinum, that's at $99 a month, and then we have diamond, which I believe is $199 a month, and then we have elite, which is at $399 a month. And there's obviously different things that you get here, but really the most popular one, the one I would recommend you guys get, is the platinum one, which I think is the one that's at $99 a month, because you have to look at it like, this is an investment, right, in your business. This is something that you can obviously put as a business expense, and it will pay for itself and then some. Like, you're bound to have that. So that's the plan I would recommend you getting, because that's going to be also the cheapest plan with the most accessibility to all of the tools, right? Unless you are like an 8 or 7, 8, 9-figure seller, that's the only time I would recommend you go higher and higher, because you'll just have more perks that make sense for your type of scale. But as for most beginner sellers, and even if you're, unless you get to a 7-figure seller status, I would recommend just going with the $99 plan. And then with the second part of your question of if it's better to use desktop or mobile, desktop is going to be the best way to go, but the mobile is good if you just want to use like quick keyword research, or like because ideas come at any time, right? You could be shopping in Target and you see something that's really interesting. You're just like, like, I wonder how that does on Amazon. Like, you can do quick keyword research from your phone and just type in a keyword, see what the results are, what the top products are, and just keep a note of it on your phone. You're not going to get fully established metrics here, like I just showed you on your phone. Like, the mobile app, it does have its limitations, but it is good for if you're in a pinch and you really just want to get an idea of if this is an opportunity that you should pursue or not, or keep in mind for later. But I'd recommend you definitely don't only rely on the mobile app, use the mobile app to supplement your activities on your computer or via the Chrome extension.
Excellent. And then I just got a quick follow-up here. That is the version, the $99 version is what you've been using here today?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then so basically, now that you've researched these two products, one could go and source these products, let's say from like an Alibaba or something like that, or from wherever. And then from there, you gotta, take the photos with the white background, make sure you have really good copywriting, and put that on your account and begin selling, right? I'm just trying to figure out
that's a really simplified version of it, because there's obviously a lot of different like minor details you gotta account for, but the gist of it is that's how you'd go about it. So excellent. Thanks for your questions. We'll see what other questions people have. I see Howie92 asks, are there any differences to using this in the UK? And no, I mean, obviously, like, I think the UK is in pounds, so you're not going to have stuff in dollars. But for the most part, no, it's not going to be differences if you're using it UK. I think we have other marketplaces. If I share my screen again, real quick, we have other marketplaces that you can go to. Like, we have all these different marketplaces that you can look at. So we have UK here, we have India, Japan, Australia, I think, Germany. Like, we're continuing to expand more and more with our Helium 10 tools. So Mel, you asked, what are some of the factors to bear in mind when trying to narrowing down your search? So that's going to be really up to you, what opportunity you're trying to look for. Because I could easily, for my keywords, I can go, all I have to do is change this from 5,000 search volume to 1,000 search volume and do search. And instead of finding 18 phrases, I find 79 phrases, right? And you're just if you're trying to look for something that you are bullish for and that you could just invest the time in and be a category leader, but you don't necessarily care about the search volume. You just want to be a category leader for a hyper niche product, so that when the time comes, you'll be at the top of that category. That's something that that's one of the factors that could affect how you're narrowing down your search, but it really depends on your priorities. This is just how the exercises I went through today. It was just more so looking for a small to mid-tier private label product that you can get started, get some pretty good momentum with it, where you're not going to get necessarily overwhelmed by either the competition, the initial upfront investments with the product, or just having to deal with a bunch of compliance and policies if you were selling like anything that was has to do with like hazmat or things of that nature. So good question. Howie, you asked another question. Should you monitor the product leads over a set period of time? Well, you definitely want to look at it. I wouldn't say every month, but just keep tabs on it like every couple of months, because as we see here with like the keywords, like we see the best sales period is 2021, but you also have to keep in mind of the search volume behind the products that you're looking at, right? So NFL football cards, like I can click on the sales graph, and let's say I was looking at it in May of 2021, I would see, oh, it only has 500 search volume. This is not an opportunity I'm going to get into. But let's say I looked at it at December of last year, I would think, oh my God, this is a crazy opportunity. This has 6,000 search volume. Like I want to get on this, and then it drops off, right? So that's why you just have to be cautious, but also aware of the trends that are happening. Because you have to look at it from a micro view if you're looking at it from 30 days, but also look at it from a macro view of, is it generally increasing over time, or is this something that has a little bit of seasonality? In this case, this is something that has a little bit of seasonality. So that's where a set period of time, you're going to want to look at the history of a couple of products in order to get an idea of the typical velocity you can get in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and if it's consistent or not. And just to reemphasize what Joe said in the chat, for anyone interested in Helium 10, the FBA University has an exclusive discount code that saves you 10% per month off of your Helium 10 subscription. So definitely keep that in mind. That's something that that's not done for everybody, right? Like if you go on a Helium 10 website, you can't just get that. You got to be in this community to get that exclusive discount code. So it's pretty cool that we're able to partner up with FBA University for this type of thing.
Yeah, and I think just to add in there, you can either do 10% for life or 50% off your first month. So if you are just trying to test it out, you can get it half off for a month, but then you probably do, you are going to want it for the life of your Amazon business. I know myself, Ryan, Joe, we're on Helium 10 every day. So can't even imagine running my business without this.
Mhm.
Impossible. I'll say it myself, impossible.
So Mel had a question. What if I'm in trial period for Helium 10?
What you can do is if you're still in the trial period, but you like missed out on the discount code, then you can either hook it up after the trial finishes, like Ryan mentioned, or you can just chat our customer support and just let them know about, hey, I forgot to put this discount code. Can you apply it retroactively to my account? And they can do that for you.
Oh, fantastic.
Awesome. Any other questions before we let Learn get back to his day job?
I think there's one more there, guys. So it says, notice that you excluded Christmas holiday from the search, but they were included in the results.
Yeah. So that was more so because I could have excluded it in the keywords. I think, Dale, you're talking about the keywords in this sense. I could have excluded that from the keywords, but typically when people are shopping, they're not looking, they're like, nobody types in Christmas gifts and knows exactly what they're wanting to get, right? But people do include it in the title of their products because they're just trying to get like broad reach with their ranking for their keywords. So they include that as like an indirect keyword when they're looking for that in terms of seasonality. But I could have excluded it. I just didn't for this exercise because I didn't think that it was essential, because I didn't think that my results would be too filtered with, or too like filled up with seasonal keywords, because that's less likely than it is with seasonal products specifically.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess one more question from me is, you know, we typically preach to our students that they should avoid seasonal products for their first, I guess, batch of products. Would you agree with that? Do you have anything to say on that?
On what? I'm sorry, could you rephrase that?
Yeah, sorry, just on the fact that, you know, they should avoid seasonal products for their first, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3 products, just until they get used to evergreen products, and then maybe dive into the seasonal side of things.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. This is why we want to get something that's a little bit more consistent and something that you can grow over time, because with seasonal products, you kind of have to go through a whole year's worth of selling on Amazon all in like a quarter, right? In like a couple of months. And you have to make really quick decisions when you have a seasonal product. And that's in order to make quick decisions and not be affected by the volatility of a seasonal product, because there's a lot of emotions that come with volatility. You're going to want to rely on experience based off of your previous private label product. So highly recommend that.
It's harder, from what I've seen, it's harder to maintain your ranking on seasonal products too, because your velocity is so sporadic that you want something that's, you know, linear and trending up, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, avoid your first couple until you're an expert.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, just something I'll throw in quickly is something I found with trending products as well is inevitably a product will sell somewhat better throughout some periods of the year. For example, if you're selling maybe camping gear, obviously that's going to sell better spring and summertime. Don't let that put you off. But yeah, exactly what the guy said. If it's sort of a Christmas product or Valentine's Day specific product or Halloween product, for example, then they're the sort of the big red flags. But yeah, unfortunately, it's inevitable that some products will vary somewhat throughout the year. That doesn't mean you should write them off sort of entirely, in my opinion. Awesome. Really enjoyed that. Any other question, guys?
Cool. Well,
we all good?
Learn. Thank you so much, my man, for coming in. I'm sure this won't be the last time we see you and Helium 10 in here, but much appreciated this, man. Just what you're able to go through in 20 minutes it's groundbreaking, and
Yeah.
all you need is one product. So much appreciated, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd more than happy to come back and do another little demo for another tool. But yeah, hopefully you guys found a lot of value in this, and definitely hope to see that. Hopefully this helps somebody get a new private label product in the future.
That's great. No, thanks, Len. Been a pleasure, man. Thanks very much. Even like I said, I learned a whole bunch of things here, so I'll use that going forward when I'm searching for my next product as well.
All right, awesome.
Appreciate
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks very
Have a
much.
good day.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
Tim.
Thanks, guys.
And thanks for joining, guys, as well. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. This will be live in the group as well soon. So if you missed any point or want to watch it again,